Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea and I have some more homemaking motivation for you today. We are going to be decluttering and reorganizing my home office desk. All right, let's get straight to it. This is the before. It is cluttered. Things don't really have a home and it's like a catch-all for everything. My first tip for you when you're doing a big declutter like this is to mentally or quite literally take note of your current problems. For example, my current problems, I have way too much going on in one area, so it's become my catch-all. I need to zero in on my categories, and then I have a major paper problem. Step 2 is to gather all supplies you're going to need for the project from beginning to end. So I have 2 bins, one for things that need to find a new home, and then the other for things that have a home and need to go back there. 2 trash bags, one for recycling, one for throwing away, and then all of the stuff to clean off the desk and around the desk, and the new organizing material. So acrylic, clear acrylic bins are my jam. I love the way they look. So I got this 30-piece set for in-drawer organization from Amazon, as well as this 4-piece wall hanging folder set. Again, paper is a huge problem, so I need to figure out a way to organize and get paper off my desk. Then I also got this wire folders wall hanging thingy. This has enough slots for everyone in my family to have like a mailbox. Okay, so next we're going to empty and purge. I put out the recycling and the trash bags and the bins for the items that will no longer have a home here. Then I will take everything out at once. I do not purge by category or by drawer. So I'll start by emptying all of the shelves, the drawers, and the bins. And while I do this, I will do an initial really quick sort and purge of every item. So for example, things I know for sure are trash or don't belong will go in their coordinating bags or bins, and all of the other items will get grouped in these broad generic categories such as office supplies or books. So your goal here is to get it all out and that first round of sorting done fast, so you don't have time to talk yourself out of the project completely. Going back to my first tip about the prep work for a big project like this, I will literally write down what my problems are with the current situation going on. That way, throughout the whole process, my focus is going to be on the solutions to those issues. So for this area, my husband and I both use this desk for our companies. I use it for content creation as well as home management. My kids use it for drawing and homework. But then it's also become a catch-all for everything, like random notes I've made, paper declutter, sentimental items that I haven't dealt with yet, extra stroller parts, extra stuff to make my essential oils. It's got all of this stuff. So my first focus is to zero in on what I want this area to be used for, and then to remove or rehome all of the items that are not pertaining to those specific areas of our life. This is going to help actually correct the problem instead of doing all this work for just a temporary band-aid. Once the area is completely empty, it's time to fine-tune the piles themselves. This means really going over every single item in every single category, and then with your problem areas on the top of your mind and your idea of exactly what you want this area to be used for, you're going to purge and sort again. And just to reiterate, I purge with 1 trash bag for recycling, 1 trash bag for garbage, and then 2 bins, 1 for items that are just misplaced and have a home somewhere else, and then another bin for items that will be rehomed. And then fine tune your piles of the items that are going to go back in this area by grouping all like items. For example, my office supplies pile becomes a pile of printer paper, another of cardstock paper, one for writing utensils, another for journals, and so on. Your categories and fine-tuning them will all depend on what area you're decluttering. But for any area, the better you do and the more you do fine-tuning in this step, the easier it will be for the next step. Cords like chargers, headphones, that kind of stuff are my arch nemesis. Even when I get them organized, it's not long before they are no longer organized. I think purging is my problem with them because I think I need to hang on to 15 Apple chargers and 19 HDMI cords. So these are the cords that I just have in my desk here. We have a lot more and I need to find a permanent solution for them. So for right now, the ones that I do need in my desk are just an Apple charger, my headphones that I use for my computer and my phone, and chargers for the vacuum I keep in my room. So I'm just doing that one. Little tip, I use these sandwich bag little hold like closers. I keep them always because I use them for different things, but I do wrap up the cords and put those around just so that way they stay together easier. Now I'm at the point where all of the items that are going to be going back in this area, so I really zeroed in on the categories for this area in our room. It's going to just be a work desk. So home management, content creation, and then we run a few companies out of it. That's the main goal here. So I have so much less stuff. The declutter on this project is beautiful. I don't know why, but this step is my very favorite. I love when everything is out and it is easy to spray and wipe down all furniture. So this is where I will go in, vacuum every drawer, vacuum every bin. I use my homemade Young Living all-purpose spray on everything, and then I just use a microfiber rag to wipe it all down. When everything is all dusted and wiped down, it's time to rehome everything. Find a permanent location where that item will live. Just like the prep work for beginning to declutter, I think it's important to do a little prep work before you rehome. So either visually, out loud tell yourself, either mentally, or write down a plan of action of where everything's going to go. Of course, things will change and you'll pivot and reorganize or have a better idea for a system as you go. But the more prep work you put into it, the more your focus, which was your past now problem areas, will stay top of mind. So that way, going forward, you have processes and categories and homes that make sense, that work, and that will continue to work, so that way you don't have to do this again in a month. I read in a book, and don't quote me because I could be wrong, but I do believe it's from the Happiness Project book, that this idea of having like one empty drawer or one empty shelf in your life and what it can represent. And it represents, possibilities, expansions, new creative things, just areas that you have room to develop, room to think, and room to hide some stuff. People are coming over real fast. So I really had that top of mind when I was doing this project as well, because for one, I went from way too much stuff to a very minimal amount of stuff that I need in this area. Again, I zeroed in on the categories this area will be used for. So I end up with I think 2 empty drawers, 2 empty bins, and then my shelves in this little cube are pretty much empty at the end. And it's so exciting to me because now I can find little cute decor pieces that aren't necessarily clutter, that will add personality, add funness to this area that I have to spend so much time at working. So something to keep in mind there, just because you have the area, you have the drawer, does not mean it needs to be filled. Leave that open for many more possibilities to come. By the way, if you're new to my channel, I'm Andrea. I'm a business owner and a stay-at-home mom to 3 toddler boys. And over the past 6 years, I've had to implement routines and test drive lots of different tips and tricks to maintain the chaos and my sanity through it all. So I like to make motivational videos to help real-life modern homemakers. And if that sounds good to you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. I am no professional when it comes to power tools and hanging things up on the wall or shelves or getting them leveled, but it's something that I want to work on and get better at. So before this, I had my husband give me a little tutorial on how to use the power drill and how to hang this up and get it level. I was very pleasantly surprised with myself hanging up that white metal wire file holder. Next up, I was like, I will tackle this clear acrylic, file holder, things that they look like they're at doctor's offices. No problem. So I was like, let's film it up close. I butcher this to the point where as I'm doing it, in my mind, I'm like, this is not making the cut. I will just be like, and then I hung up this. But then as I'm doing it, it really taught me a lesson, and it pertains to what I'm working on most in my life right now. And it's that I need to try things and I need to get it done. I put too many holes in this wall. It was unlevel, but the end result is a level shelf that it doesn't look perfect, but it's done, it's level, and it works, and it sits right in front of me as I'm at my computer as a constant reminder that done is better than perfect, and that I need to move forward with things and learn as I go, because in the end, it's all gonna work out. And now I am so excited to show you the after. It is minimal items, very specific categories, empty areas, and it makes me so happy. I hope this gives you the motivation to tackle a huge declutter and reorganize in your own home. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you on Monday.